welcome back. This is not a new episode of the Playbook. This is extra time, the Playbook, because the WNBA Free Agency is giving us all fits and is going crazy, and we had to hop on real quick to give you all the deets. Once again, I am Candace. That's Kay. Follow us on all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're not going to waste a lot of time. Let's get right into it. We'll start it off today because Alyssa Thomas said y'all not going to be playing no children's birthday party at the recreation center.
Right. While I'm trying to practice no more.
While I'm trying to practice during the playoffs.
Right.
I'm going to the bigger, better facilities, all of it. So Alyssa Thomas gets traded to the Phoenix Mercury of all places. First off, what do you think about that?
I feel like that's shocking. That was a bit shocking. That wasn't on my radar of teams that she could possibly go to. Not that I really had a short list. Any team that picked her up was going to benefit, but Phoenix wasn't on the brain at all.
For me, maybe a smidge, because DeWanna Bonner used to play for Phoenix.
True.
And if I saw anybody going back, it would have been DeWanna Bonner. Right. But now that Alyssa Thomas is there, I'm like, maybe DB goes too. Mm-hmm. Seeing Alyssa Thomas outside of that Connecticut Sun uniform is going to be it's going
to be a shocking win.
Yeah. Yes. But we kind of figured, and we talked about it before, the Connecticut Sun kind of hit their ceiling in terms of not being able to get over that hump. They've been in the championship. They've been a contender probably for the better part of 5 years. And still haven't been able to win a championship. So their mainstay, their MVP frontrunner is gone. She's on the Phoenix Mercury. She'll join Kalia Copper. What do you think about her and Kai teaming up? They put their graphic out earlier. ESPN had DT, Natasha Cloud, and Brittany Griner. But more news happened.
Yeah, that's blown up because Natasha in the Alyssa deal, and
right.
BG handled her business too, but I think AT, like I said, AT is going to benefit any team that she went to, and you think Phoenix is in a place where they've been in a rebuild for probably three years at this point, and brought in Kalia Copper last season, Natasha Cloud, and everybody, and still just couldn't get that momentum that they needed. So I think bringing in a threat like AD, a triple-double machine, like it's only place to go is up for Phoenix. So I think she's definitely going to add a new dimension to that team, and we will see how everybody. I think it's going to come down to how everybody meshes together and if they can play their role.
Yeah, same. But like you said, in that trade, Natasha Cloud, who only spent 1 year in Phoenix, will head to the Connecticut Sun along with Rebecca Allen. So they'll both be on the Sun. Marina Mabry's still there. Currently, DB kind of still there. She's an unrestricted free agent. But what do you think? The Sun is complete rebuild.
Complete rebuild. I think this is a tank season. Respectfully, I think we're going to toss this season to the side for Connecticut. I think we're out of the on the cusp era. I think we're going to be fighting. There's going to be battles for Connecticut to get some wins this season. And I don't say that in a being shady way. It's just you lose AT, your core,
you lose
player
your mode, you lose your everything.
Yeah, that's you're losing your whole foundation right there. So I think it's going to be hard to replace her, and not even replace her, just fill that leadership role. So
she was their whole identity. Brianna Jones is an unrestricted free agent as well, so we'll see if she decides to stay. But I think all of those players, DB and Brianna, are like, it's time to go to a contender where we can actually compete, because I think they had reached their ceiling. Now, as we mentioned, that was the first news of the day. Alyssa Thomas, unexpected. We already talked about Jewel Lloyd and Kelsey Plum throwing everything out of whack because, Mercury's
in motion.
Retrograde. So initially I'm like, okay, Alyssa Thomas, BG, Kai, this could work. But BG said no. Brittany Griner is going to the Atlanta Dream. First of all, when that news came down, what was your thoughts?
My thought was, I was a little hard on Atlanta the last episode, and I said I didn't want AT there. But for me, BG and ATL makes sense. I don't know what it is, but something about her in Atlanta is it's making sense for me. This one I've not really had time to really digest it yet, but I think that's that's a promising move for Atlanta, and it's a big move for them to make, because they've really been lacking, especially in that post presence, and finding somebody that can really be down there and bang around. So,
but just pairing her with Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, Atlanta made they're itching up into that contender round. I don't know how it's gonna mesh, because Brittany Griner has been with the Mercury for 10 seasons.
Yeah.
So for her to leave, gonna be weird seeing her outside of that Mercury uniform. But just the potential that this team can go to. Jordan Canada is on that team as well. If they can get like an extra outside shooter that can knock them down, like, Atlanta could be dangerous. I like it. I'm with you. I like this for BG. Although I was kind of trying to hit her for, to go over there to the Aces.
True. That would have been, I think that everybody knows that wouldn't have been fair.
Chico. Okay. But
her
her
was trying not to get that investigation pending.
is I like it. I like it.
Me too.
I like this. But so we got AT. We got BG. And the next kind of free agent domino is Satu Sabally, who already put it out there that, she was going to leave Dallas and she wanted to explore her options. But she let it be known she's thinking about 2 teams right now. That's the New York Liberty, where her sister plays, and then the Phoenix Mercury. And during her interview, she said facilities, having dedicated practice facilities and amenities and all those things, that's where she wants to go. And now it is really becoming, it's getting into the forefront where seeing these organizations who are willing to take that risk and put money into their teams is playing a factor into where these teams want to go. So which team do you see Satu choosing? The Liberty, Phoenix?
It's hard. It's hard to choose between the two. I both make sense. I think New York's going to be the one to pull it out. And I'm only saying that because I don't know why I'm saying it. I kind of just want it, I think. I think I just want that one. I think she would be a good fit in New York. Not that New York really, well,
I mean, they won the title, so,
right. I would say not that they really need much, but
add an extra piece.
I think it helps them combat what just happened in Vegas again, because Vegas is like, nah, we need this one back. New York is like, don't worry, we still got something coming too.
Right. I'm gonna go the opposite way. I think I want to see Satu in Phoenix. I didn't expect Alyssa Thomas to be there, but having Alyssa Thomas, having Ka, having Satu, I think that makes a good core 3. Now, I'm not for sure how it lays out, who will be the point guard and things like that, and how they're going to fill out the rest of their roster. Before a big 3, so to speak, I like a Ka, Satu, Alyssa Thomas. I think they can make something shake.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it by any means.
This doesn't mean it's just going to be crazy. Like, it's going to be utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gonna be so weird seeing people. I'm gonna be confused for the first month of games. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be like, why are you here? Like, why are you playing for them? So it's gonna be a fun season, and coming off of a season that we highs and lows last season,
very much
going
so.
into this one, I think it's going to be very much more of the same.
It needed a reset.
Hopefully in a more positive light.
Right. This was a factory. What do you call it? A factory store reset.
Factory reset. Yes.
We just need to reset everything. Players need to go different places because we need a rinse from what happened last season, just to clear the slate. But before we go, there's one last one. Tiffany Hayes, who had already come out of retirement last year to play for the Aces, who is balling out in Unrivaled, let it be known that she is taking calls from other teams outside of Vegas, which throws some interesting things to what the Aces are trying to do, can do. I mean, they brought in Jewel Lloyd. They still have not announced anything about bringing in extra help for Asia Wilson in the post. So what do you think about Tip Hayes taking some calls? Because to me, I'm like, should Tip go back down there to Atlanta?
I don't say Atlanta. For Vegas' sake, I would hope she stays. Because because she's just a threat. But like you said, the thought of her back in Atlanta, because I know I was a little shady on Atlanta last episode. Forgive me, y'all. I just didn't want to see.
But Tiffany Hayes looks like, I mean, but she feels Atlanta too. I think she would fit there. I mean, her, Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, Brittany Griner, BG. I'm with
contenders.
You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it. I would like her to have another go with the Aces, but if you got to make some tough decisions, you're probably going to have to get some post help before you talk about possibly retaining Tiffany Hayes. And then, let's not knock it. There's always Seattle, who has, the multi-million-dollar facility. NECA currently, even though she's a free agent, she's still there. Skylar Diggins still there. Maybe Tip Hayes can go to Seattle and get a nice three going. She already plays that six. She won Sixth Man of the Year last year. What if she makes her way over to the Sparks? You know what I mean? There's so many different options for her, but I just found that to be interesting because I fully expected Tip Hayes to be back with the Aces.
I did too.
Yeah.
But, hey, I feel like everybody taking calls this season.
Right.
You don't know where anybody about to be.
Right.
So.
And we hope the call from the WNBA happens to Girls Only Sports.
And that's how we'll end it.
That's how we're going to end it. This was Girls Only Sports Extra Time. Look, there's going to be more immediate episodes because I think more free agent dominoes in the WNBA will fall once again. I am Candace. This is Kay, and we are Girls Only Sports.